Hello everyone. With the winter season fast approaching, we're all aware of the extreme cold that's predicted to hit. This isn't your typical winter chill though. We're talking about temperatures that can freeze your eyelashes in mere seconds. The kind of cold that can turn boiling water into snow before it even hits the ground. And it's not just the temperature that's concerning. This year, meteorologists are predicting not just a drop in mercury, but drastic swings between mild days and severe, bitter cold snaps. These extreme shifts can wreak havoc on our daily lives, from disrupting public services to causing health issues. But the challenges of winter don't stop at the weather. Imagine the added threat of natural disasters such as blizzards, ice storms, or avalanches. Then there's the ever-present danger of potential cyber attacks that can shut down the power grid, plunging entire cities into darkness and leaving homes without heat. And let's not forget about geopolitical conflicts which can erupt unexpectedly and disrupt supplies and services in a city near you. Winter is hard enough to get through in the best of times. When you add in these potential threats, it can become 100 times harder, more deadly, and very dangerous for 90% of people. Suddenly, surviving the winter becomes not just about staying warm, but about being prepared for any situation that may arise. So, how do we prepare? How do we ensure that we have the tools and resources to not only weather the cold, but also withstand potential disasters and conflicts? That's what we're here to discuss. Today we're going to show you how to prepare a survival kit that can help you withstand these extreme conditions. From thermal protection and heat sources, to emergency food and water supplies, from first aid and health maintenance, to power solutions and communication tools, and finally survival strategies for natural disasters and conflicts. We'll cover it all. By the end of this guide, you'll be ready to face the brutal winter ahead with confidence. So, buckle up, grab a hot beverage, and let's dive into the chilling world of winter survival. Today we're going to show you how to prepare a survival kit that can help you withstand these extreme conditions. First and foremost, let's talk about maintaining your body heat. In the face of extreme cold, your clothing choices make the difference between enduring and succumbing to the elements. So what's the answer? Thermal clothing. But not just any thermal clothing. The key to survival in brutal cold is layering. Yes, you heard that right. Layering. It's a technique as old as time and still one of the most effective ways to trap heat and regulate body temperature. Picture 3 layers. A base layer to wick away sweat, an insulating layer to trap heat, and a shell layer to protect against wind, rain, or snow. Now let's talk materials. Cotton might be your go-to for comfort, but in extreme cold, it's a no-go. Why? Because cotton absorbs moisture and loses its insulating properties when wet. Instead, opt for wool or synthetic materials for your base and insulating layers. These materials retain their insulating properties even when damp, making them a lifesaver in the cold. And for your shell layer, you'll want something water-resistant and windproof, like Gore-Tex or a similar material. This will shield you from the elements, keeping your inner layers dry and warm. But what about your extremities? Your head, hands, and feet. These parts of your body are most vulnerable to cold injury, so proper protection is crucial. Invest in a good quality thermal hat, gloves, and boots. They'll not only keep you warm, but they'll also protect you from frostbite. Remember, thermal clothing isn't just about staying warm, it's about survival. It's about protecting your body from the harsh reality of extreme cold and giving you the confidence to face winter's worst. With the right clothing, you can face the cold confidently, knowing you're well insulated. So, as the temperature drops and the snow starts to fall, remember the importance of thermal protection. It could very well be the difference between life and death. We'll explore various heat sources suitable for indoor and outdoor use. When the temperature drops, having a reliable heat source can be a lifesaver. Portable heaters, for instance, are great for indoor use. They're compact, efficient, and can quickly warm up an area. But remember, safety first. Always keep them away from flammable materials and never leave them unattended. For outdoor situations, emergency heat cans are your best friend. These small cans offer a controlled flame that can provide warmth, cook food, and even melt snow for drinking water. Again, safety is key. Use them in well-ventilated areas and keep a safe distance from combustibles. In more desperate situations, knowing how to build a fire can make all the difference. Collect dry wood and kindling, arrange it properly, and ignite it safely. Fire can provide warmth, cook food, and signal for help. Remember, safety is paramount when handling these heat sources. In extreme cold, your body burns more calories. We'll show you which high-energy foods to stock up on and how to store water so it doesn't freeze. When temperatures drop, your body works overtime to keep warm, which means you'll need more fuel. That's where high-energy foods come into play. These foods, rich in proteins and good fats, can keep your body running efficiently and maintain your core body temperature. Think along the lines of nuts and seeds, dried fruits, energy bars, and canned goods like beans and meats. These are not only packed with nutrients, but they're also easy to store and have a long shelf life. However, don't forget about your water supply. It's easy to overlook hydration in cold weather since you might not feel as thirsty, but staying hydrated is just as important in winter as in summer. Dehydration can lead to confusion and weakness, which are the last things you want in a survival situation. But here's the catch. How do you store water so it doesn't freeze? The answer isn't as complicated as you might think. First, keep your water supply in an insulated container, preferably one made of stainless steel or plastic. This will slow down the freezing process. Second, if you're storing water in your home, keep it in a central location, away from exterior walls and windows, where it's less likely to freeze. Remember, boiling snow or ice is another way to get drinking water. Just make sure to filter it first to remove any impurities. And while we're on the topic, a portable water filter is a must-have in your survival kit. It can remove bacteria and other contaminants from your water, making it safe to drink. In the end, surviving in extreme cold conditions isn't just about bundling up and staying warm. It's also about fueling your body with the right foods and ensuring you have access to safe, drinkable water. The cold can be brutal, but with the right preparation and resources, you can not only endure, but also maintain your health and strength. Proper nutrition and hydration are key to surviving extreme cold. Cold weather can exacerbate medical conditions and make emergency medical response slower. This is why having a well-equipped first aid kit is crucial during winter. Let's look at what your winter first aid kit should include. First and foremost, your kit should have supplies to treat frostbite and hypothermia. These include warm blankets, hand and foot warmers, and a digital thermometer. A balm or lotion such as aloe vera can soothe frostbitten skin, but remember, never rub or massage the frostbitten area as it can cause more damage. Your kit should also include basic first aid supplies such as bandages, antiseptic wipes, tweezers, and a first aid manual. Remember to add any prescription medications you or your family members might need. Lastly, consider adding a guide on recognizing and treating cold-related illnesses. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to first aid. A well-stocked first aid kit can be a lifesaver in extreme cold conditions. With the risk of power outages higher in winter, we'll cover sustainable and emergency power options. In the throes of winter, one thing is certain: power is pivotal. It lights our homes, heats our rooms, and keeps our devices running. But what happens when the grid goes dark? When the lights flicker out and the chill sets in, having a backup plan is crucial. One of your best friends in this scenario is the sun. Solar power is a renewable, reliable source of energy. Solar chargers, for instance, can keep your devices powered up when traditional sources fail. They come in various sizes, from pocket-sized for your smartphone to larger panels capable of charging laptops or powering small appliances. While solar power is fantastic during the day, remember, this is winter we're talking about. The days are short, the nights are long, and the sun isn't always shining. That's where a backup generator comes into play. Backup generators can provide a lifeline when the power grid fails. They can power essential appliances like refrigerators, heaters, and medical equipment. But remember, using a generator requires fuel and proper ventilation to avoid carbon monoxide poisoning. Another option is a power bank or portable charger. These are essentially big batteries that you charge up when you have power and then use to power your devices when you don't. And let's not forget about the old-fashioned yet reliable hand crank devices. These can be a lifesaver in a pinch. You can find hand crank radios, flashlights, and even phone chargers. Each of these solutions has its own pros and cons, so it's important to have a diversified approach. Think of it like a power portfolio, with each option providing a layer of protection against the biting cold and dark of winter. Being prepared with alternative power sources can make all the difference when the grid goes down. So, as the nights draw in and the mercury drops, remember, power is precious, but with the right tools and a little preparation, you can keep the lights on, the heat humming, and your devices running even in the harshest winter conditions. Staying informed is crucial. In the throes of a brutal winter, with potential power outages and disrupted cellular networks, having a reliable way to communicate is essential. Let's delve into some tools that can keep you in touch with the outside world. First, consider a satellite phone. Unlike cell phones, which rely on local networks, satellite phones bounce signals off orbiting satellites, ensuring you can make calls and send messages from almost anywhere on Earth. They can be a lifeline in the most dire situations. Next, let's talk about hand crank radios. These little gems are more than just a source of entertainment. They can provide critical updates about weather conditions, emergency alerts, and even instructions from local authorities. The best part? They require no electricity. A little bit of manual winding generates enough power for operation. Reliable communication tools can keep you informed and connected even in the worst conditions. Lastly, we'll provide tips on how to adapt your emergency plan for the additional challenges posed by natural disasters or conflicts. Navigating such situations is about being flexible and resourceful. For natural disasters, it's essential to be aware of your local risks. Whether it's blizzards, floods, or earthquakes, understand how these events can impact your area and plan accordingly. Create evacuation plans for each potential scenario and practice them regularly. Keep your survival kit mobile, ready to grab at a moment's notice. In the case of conflicts, your primary aim should be to avoid the hotspots. This could mean sheltering in place or leaving the area, if safe to do so. Stay informed through reliable sources and maintain open lines of communication with your community. Remember, the goal is not just to survive, but to maintain a level of comfort and security during these challenging times. Preparing for the unexpected is a key part of any survival strategy. Thanks for watching. We've covered vital survival kit preparations for the extreme cold ahead. Remember, careful planning can make the difference between merely enduring winter and confidently facing it. Let's continue this conversation. Hit the like button, subscribe for more survival guides, and share this crucial information with your loved ones. Have any winter survival tips of your own? Drop them in the comments below. Stay safe, stay warm, and stay prepared.